Okay kids, today I wonder what we're doing. We're going to need a bunch of organza mesh cut to size, a crap load of deli pots and lids, some water spray, some makeup removal pads, and a big drill. Hi, did you guess what it was? No? Well, I'll tell you. On Saturday, we had a surprise hatching of a ooth. And unfortunately, I was going to do this then, but the lid wasn't on properly because I had sprayed too much water in the container and I'd left the lid slightly ajar, like you do, to get the excess moisture out. And of course, sod's law, 5 minutes later, the ooth hatched and we had mantis everywhere, so I couldn't really show what I was going to do. But what we're going to do today is pot up some hatchlings that have just hatched about half an hour ago, and we're going to pop those up, or should I say we just noticed them hatch half an hour ago. Again, it was another surprise hatching. Should have some more next week, and we're going to pop them up, and I'm just going to show you how we do it and how easy it is, really. If you've bought mantis before, you've probably seen the lids here cut out in a circle and mesh placed on underneath them. Well, I don't quite do it like that because that takes forever and I can't be bothered. So what I do is simply get a pot with a lid on it, put a bunch of other lids on, and then this is going to deafen you. And there we have an arrow all the way through. This is a wood drill bit, by the way, which is much better for plastic. And I'm just going to stick a few more in here. Another one. And then I've done all the holes in all this bunch of lids all at the same time, which saves a lot of time and effort. Bottom one always falls up, right? But never mind. And it collects a handy bunch of plastic in the bottom there as well. So what we're going to be doing is taking our pot, placing a lid on, and it's got plenty of air holes in there. It doesn't need all this cut out, and it also keeps the moisture in for a bit longer. So if you've got loads and loads of mantis, it's very helpful because you don't want to be having to check the moisture on them 200 times a day, because with them all cut out, they do lose moisture quite quickly and dry up. So I'm going to get on with that and then we'll come back. These are the tiny mantis in question. You probably can't even see them from there, but they are tiny little black Sibylla pretiosa, and the way we deal with it is pretty simple. Not normally on here, somewhere bigger, but due to filming circumstances, we're going to do it here today. And what I've got is Liliana here will basically put a pad in for me, spray it with some water, pass me that, and the object is I fill it with a mantis. I will feed them later and we'll pop them up. But the first thing I've got to do is get these guys out, and there's a lot of them. So I'm just going to turn this upside down and let's see what we get. Now pop please. Thank you. And there's our first tiny little mantis.
Yeah. Good.
And you, mate, go in there. Put it on. Pot him up.
Good. One escape when you're ready. Here.
I'm expecting them to escape, don't worry, that's why they're on the white sheet. This didn't take long, especially sped up as you saw. It was Lil's first time helping me pot them, which we got a little bit of confusion, so we got to get that into more of a routine, especially when the larger mantis with many more, like the Kirby Eye, etc., and other shield mantis that have 300-400 babies. We got 35 out of these, and we already have 29 or 30 up there from the last ooth. So pretty good ooths from the pretiosa. Not shabby at all, because I have another 7 or 8. I don't know if she's still laying. She's still laying them. So it's going to be an awful lot of mantis anyway at the end of the day. And that's basically how we pop them up. I've still got to give these flies, but I've got to give the other ones flies anyway. So all I'll do later is I'll just spend an hour opening each one, give them another little spray, and then chucking a couple of flies in each one. Now these take really tiny flies, maybe even springtails. If you saw the video yesterday, you know the kind of flies that I got. I got some more from Mantis NI because I was expecting these to hatch. They shouldn't really have hatched yet, but going off the dates, with having one hatch on Saturday, this ooth was laid a week later, and she's laid one every 5-6 days for the last 9 weeks. So I'm expecting another one next week and another one the week after, etc, etc. And these guys will be up for sale when they are That's their third instar. I'm not going to sell them any younger than that, so please don't ask. But if you do are interested in Cryptic Mantis, I'm your man. I hope that gives you some insight on the world of a breeder and how much fun it can be potting them up. But of course it's not going to be that much fun when every single day I have to go and give these guys something to eat and give them a spray to make sure they've got the right humidity, make sure they're in the right placement so they're getting the right warmth, etc. I usually get quite a high rate of survival, so I'm not too worried. Hopefully in the future I can get some video of them hatching, because luckily she's laid some on the sides on this one, so they'll be really close up if I can catch them and they don't hatch in the middle of the night like they normally do, or when we're not looking, or when we're out, because I think they have some kind of inbuilt thing and they have a quick look out and see if anybody looking. No, hatch now. I've also got some other ooths of other species which hopefully will be hatching in the next week or two. The video, I might make one for Kirby Eye, for instance, because I have they're a complete different species to these guys. So there will be a lot of nymphs coming out of that ootheca, and you'll see it's pandemonium. And it's a mess in here now, but simply because of this, and because of 2 days ago when we had to pop some more up, and I've got them everywhere at the minute, and we wasn't quite ready for them. I was expecting 8 to 10 weeks. These have hatched in 5 weeks, and this is 5 weeks and 5.5 weeks respectively for first and second ooth. It usually takes a bit longer, so this was a bit of a shock, surprise hatching for me. But luckily we had everything we needed, so unfortunately we can take the black from under my eyes now with the pads I didn't use. Thanks for watching. See you later.